we are going to build a wall. We're going to build a wall. It's going to cost around 1.2 trillion. It's a 10-year, 12-year, 15-year project.
Physical wall.
Physical wall.
All right.
To be built.
Yeah.
Remember,
no matter how much it costs.
No matter how much it costs,
okay.
right?
The reason I believe it will not be anything less than a trillion. 1 trillion. 200 billion. I remember I was talking numbers with someone who told me, do you know how big a billion is? So if you want to calculate how much a billion is, just put 1 million here and another million there. Line them up until they pass 1 million. And that's a billion. I still don't think I understand it. And not because I can't do the math to understand it, because I want to be honest with you. There are some numbers that we talk about, and they are just too big for me to fathom. And I don't want to claim as if I know finances and stuff, but 1 trillion is a big budget. But then that's what I envisaged. I said to Patriotic Alliance comrade Makwela, who was here, I told him, he said it's going to cost around 20 billion. A wall across South Africa at 20 billion. It can't happen. That is trillions. So, but Gayton McKenzie has punched the numbers. I didn't punch the numbers. Gayton McKenzie agrees with me. He says a trillion, 200 billion. So that's the amount of money they will need to close South Africa. He says 10 to 15 year project. You and I know, we know lots of projects that started with this amount. The e-tolls is an example. Shilowa Express, for Grootmense, they know what Shilowa Express is. For you younger youngies, it's the Gautrain. Of course, all these big projects start with small money until they go. So it's going to be trillions if it ever does happen. So what would stop him? I said, in a democracy, it will never happen. I'm saying it will never happen because I feel if he starts it, he's going to be sabotaged. And he will have to enroll people who are going to eat there. And when they eat, other people are not going to eat, and that's why it's going to be sabotaged. In a democracy, such projects are going to be very difficult. And as soon as you do that, people that you are closing outside the country, then they come in 15 years, let's make sure that we are within before they close us out. So it will, at the end of the day, not achieve what it's meant to achieve. Well, according to me, it's a noble thing to build that wall, but will it ever assist us? I doubt. So I've spoken to a few people about this wall, and you'll hear them. Just tell me, I think Gayton, it's safe to say Gayton McKenzie agrees with me. That wall is very expensive and it's going to take many years. Do you think we need the wall? I'm asking because we could do other things. I suggested in the other podcast we could also use inspectors, technology and stuff, inspect the inspectors who are inspecting the monitoring of the staff. Levels of inspectors, it's much safer and affordable than whatever means. A wall, detonators will just dismantle walls. Well, anyway, just tell us how you feel about the wall and listen to Gayton and other people speaking about the wall that South Africa so badly needs, they say. Thank you. Let's talk about the borders.
Okay.
Do you honestly believe that you could erect a fence, a physical fence across South Africa?
Look, it's doable. And
how much do you, just on top of your head, how much do you think you can do that?
Well, obviously we are talking well over billions.
Can't be billions. It should be more than billions.
No, it is actually. And if estimated, I'm talking about 20
billion.
Yes.
So what kind of a physical area would you guys want?
Well, if you listen to what the president is saying, he talks about building a wall.
Yeah.
Because that's a permanent solution to that problem. If you build a fence, I don't think it's even going to take an hour they would destroy it, damage it, create holes, and still come through. But when you build a wall, you are giving them a little bit of a challenge to can be able to think when they go up and when they come down. Because the problem is not about going up, it's actually about coming down.
Yeah.
So it's one thing that I wouldn't have the insight of.
Yes.
But what I do know is that the president is very much serious about this. And I was listening to his interview just 3 days ago when he was talking about it, and people were asking him that it's impossible, it's not going to be able to happen.
Oh, well, I'm also one of those who thinks it's impossible. Now, if it was possible, Donald Trump would have done it because he was as serious as Gayton is.
Yeah. So, and I would like to remind them of what happened in the Central Karoo.
Okay.
The man gave himself 100 days to can eradicate an 80-year-old problem. They are not going
congratulations to him.
Yeah.
I want to get back to the wall.
Yeah.
The reason I believe it will not be anything less than $1 trillion is because, the Great Wall of China took many years.
Correct.
I don't think it would have been done in a democracy. Well, maybe such other democracies are more united than ours.
Yes.
Because maybe people are a nation and they pull together. Whenever anyone takes office and take power, they just continue with whatever what the country wants.
Yes.
The reason I'm saying I don't think of it as $1 trillion is, let's just talk about it's for me. I would think it's cheaper.
Yeah.
For me, it's cheaper to just put policies.
Yeah.
To me, that's according to me. Just put policies and hire more people who are guarding these people. Make it difficult for people who come illegally and come to do illegal things. But let's talk about that as well.
Yeah.
I watched.
Of them are in jobs. 6 million of them are working. By mass deporting, I immediately create 6 million jobs just by mass deporting them. Just by mass deporting them. Then we are going to build a wall. We're going to build a wall. It's going to cost around 1.2 trillion. It's a 10-year, 12-year, 15-year project. But it's going to give a lot of people work. We're going to bring conscription back. We're going to bring voluntary service back. These are things that's going to make people make money. And that's what we're going to do. And the last and most important one is we've got very anti-investment laws. Like, for instance, BE. BE is only working for the select few. And it's a small, minute minority. What we will be doing as the Patriotic Alliance, we will be starting an empowerment fund. That will be like a bank, because black people at the moment and colored people, we don't have collateral. Can't get loans at a bank because you don't have collateral. Now, this will be the only bank that functions without collateral. So what we'll be doing is, every company in South Africa, we will not tell you to take a black partner, we'll not take you to have a black empowerment partner. All you need to do is to contribute 1% of your turnover in relation to your company. 1% of your turnover, and we'll take that 1%, it will be administered by the private sector, and people can make loans from that 1%, and that's how we're going to empower people. It will become $1 trillion fund very quickly.
Gayton, you speak about getting rid of crime, drugs.
No. A border.
Let's build high walls to protect our sovereignty.
Okay. So
I'm against illegal immigration.
Okay.
Right? And what I'm proposing,
because I want you to make it clear.
Yeah.
Because others will then say figuratively, you want a physical wall.
Physical wall.
All right.
To be built.
Yeah.
Remember,
no matter how much it costs.
No matter how much it costs,
Okay,
right?
sure.
We have got the SNDF, the South African Defence Force, which annually we give them money. All right, we give them budget. Recently, there was 2 billion, which was went to deal with the war in DRC. There, it's a good initiative. You bring stability into our continent. But also, let's not forget, the internal issues that which we are having. I mean, a person cannot just walk in and out of our borders there,
Yes.
walking. I'm talking about literally walking and crossing our borders, meaning that, we see human trafficking there, we see goods, trading of goods illegally, and so on. But more importantly, we've got, a lot of, illegal immigrants in the country. And I think that we should deport them urgently. That is on an urgent, basis. We need to do that. Make sure that we deport them, and everyone who comes to South Africa must come here legally. We should be able to identify you. We should build halls. The SNDF has got, soldiers and engineers. They are also there. If you do not know, we've got engineers in the defense force. Those are people who can assist in actual constructing. At least they will be doing something.
Let's say we build a wall.
Yeah.
The most famous boundary, it's South Africa and Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Which side of the river should the wall be?
Which side of the wall?
Which side of the river?
The river
should the wall be?
Doesn't matter, that one.
It matters because if it's on South African side, you are stopping people from Musina to access the river. So you have typically rendered.
At the end of the day, we must just have a wall.
Let me finish. So you have effectively given away Limpopo River to Zimbabwe. So it doesn't matter to you.
But remember, you can still construct. We've got engineers, as I said.
No, I agree with you. Because what I want to do is the practicalities of the. Let's say it's a river, Limpopo River. It's no man's land. Kamugi Zimbabwe, Kamugi South Africa.
Sure.
So the river is in the middle.
Sure.
So if we had to construct this physical wall, you want it on the South African side because you can't build it on Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
So you want it on the South African side because you can't, unless you want to build it, you want to separate Limpopo River into two.
Yeah, you can, remember, you can do that. Remember, you can still you can make a bridge underneath to control the water. That's not really a problem. You know how the dams are controlled.
Also, so in short, you will build a wall inside Limpopo River.
Correct.
Okay, no, it's fine.
That's basically what we'll do. But remember, you can still control. If there is basically a bridge that which you let the water pass and so on.
No, it's fine. As long as we
controlled. Yeah, but at the end of the day, we need to build a wall. Yeah. And should I be elected in Parliament,
you will vote for that,
regardless of how many constituencies I have. I will continue to voice out that to make sure that we protect our borders. Protecting our borders is not about being xenophobic or anything else. It's about every country has got sovereignty that they protect. Right now, if you go to Zimbabwe, they are going to deport you. Just go there without papers, and we see that on the news.
Yes.
We saw even
Dr. Malinga went through the same.
Dr. Malinga went through the same. I think there was also a minister who also said something in public to say, if you come here illegally, we are going to to take you back where you come from. And it's not to say they are xenophobic. Mm-hmm. It's because they are protecting their sovereignty. And because if you come to a country and we don't know who you are, you commit crime,